Oh, yeah, crabs too? God damn. I don't eat crabs, but I know how excited people get about crabs.
Live at the Fire Nights podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woodland, Delaware. Where was you from?
Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy D-Mac, man. Fire Nights Podcast.
Let me see him. Let me see him.
Welcome. It's Tuesday night. You're now rocking with the best. It's the Fire Nights experience, the Black culture journey, sports entertainment, politics, current events. Let's get it. It's the live legends, man. The one take Titans, man. You never know what you're going to get. All 100% live. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's always entertaining. It's your boy P, flanked to my left and right by the world renowned, your favorites. The Tuesday night legends, man. It's Fire Nights, man. My brothers, man. Give it up for them.
Far too kind.
We live from Studio 7, man, for all your recording needs. Get out on Instagram, Facebook. Big time state-of-the-art recording studio, man. In the cut. Get at us, man. Shout out to E Square Cigar Lounge.
Oh, Big Bro, 3616 Kirkwood Highway, E Square Cigar Lounge. Check them out.
Absolutely. Catch them before the summer's over with. You got a lot going on, man. It's something every week there. It's a beautiful experience. Beautiful experience, man. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling today?
Feeling good, man.
Oh, you got a little more life to you this week, man. You was a little stale last week, man. I know that y'all telling me he was stale last week, man. He was standoffish and a little stale. It's all right, that was cool. You've delighted us for months and months, man. The summer hawk was on you. The summer beat you down. No? How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling marvelous, man. It's Tuesday night, my favorite night of the week, man. You know, I'm almost like, do I got a fresh on fire? Yeah, I got a fresh on.
You got one?
Yeah,
you got one? Oh man, you'd be highly disappointed if you didn't. I don't feel some kind of way.
I got one, but you know, but for all my people out in Bangor, Maine, shout out to my cousin Steve out in Maine, all the way out to Barcelona, Spain, and to my man Big Mac, doing his best all the way out in Bucharest. I would like to give everybody that's walking with us tonight a hello and how are ya?
Absolutely. Yes. Once again, you're now rocking with the best. Yeah. Little wine and spirits, man. A little gathering. This is what we do. I see you got your H2O prevalent.
Yeah,
It was in rare form last week, bro.
some of the rares.
Yeah.
But you know me,
Now, it's all. That's not
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Nigga, it happens, man. It is what it is.
Hey.
Not to say anything crazy, but I like, it's passionate. You're passionate.
Well, when
As you like to call it, passion.
yeah, you know how it is. When you come to a fresh fire event, you're gonna get some passion around this.
What's discussion and debate and banter without passion?
I stand on it. I could be wrong, but you need to know I believed it.
You believe it.
That's for damn sure.
So let's not stand on ceremony. Let's get going, bro. What's got you on fire today, bro? Let's get it.
You know what's got me on fire, man? You know what? There's people out here, and I'm gonna preface this by gotta learn the rules. And the thing with this is, man, it kind of threw me off, man. What really brought me to it was the Dame Lillard situation and things was talking about, oh man, this and that. I'm like, man, I don't think y'all understand the rules of the game. Oh man, he want to go to Miami. I don't think you understand the rules of the game, bro. Well, he asked to go to Miami. I don't think you understand the rules of the game. Well, he ain't gonna be happy if he play anywhere else. I don't think you understand the rules of the game. And let me speak to y'all in this manner. If you own a car lot and you got Porsches, you got Audis, you might have a Dodge Neon out there. They all your assets to your business. They make your business run and all that, those kind of things. And just so happen, if one of your Porsches say, you know what? If you happen to sell me to somebody in another state, I ain't gonna run for them. That makes no goddamn sense because I own you. Not saying I own you, but contractually, I own you. So contractually, you'll go wherever the hell I send you at. I don't have to make you happy. I don't have to make you whole because this is a business. And what you don't understand is you don't know the fucking rules. See, the thing about the rules is he can actually say, yeah, I want to trade. But the Portland Trailblazers can say, cool. When we get the right package, we'll trade you. If that's how they feel, because those are the rules. But you just can't say, I will be traded, and this is where I will be traded to. I told a good brother earlier today, I said, well, you tomorrow, when you go to your work and your job, you ask your boss if you can be transferred to the Miami branch and see how that works out for you, motherfucker. I don't think people understand the rules. And then she got me. I'm like, yo, man, I don't think you want to see you looking at it from a player's perspective or an employee perspective. And what you got to get is a boss mentality. And the boss is one thing I know that they know is the rules. So this was just one thing that had me kind of, perturbed and had me, took a little umbrage because we were talking about some things and they was like, this is how it go and this is how it go. I'm like, no, you don't know the rules. That is not how it goes. You think that's how it goes, but it is not how it goes. So I want to implore all my people that's walking with us to please, if you don't want to get fresh on fire, know the motherfucking rules. Thank you.
Yo, he said the place that he had don't stink.
You need some word what?
The steam is shit.
Oh shit. Okay. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Interesting. So listen, Nelly, we're gonna table that one, man, because that one deserves to be talked about. That deserves not a snippet. That's a whole topic. A whole topic. Listen, got you. We can come back with that next week. That's a juicy one. It's a juicy one. We're gonna dive back in traffic and shit. We're gonna dive
sex
back in.
trafficking?
Yeah, we're gonna dive back into that one.
Yo, I was just listening.
Whoa, relax. Come on, man. It's the fire hour, man. You missed the first. Okay, you can 9:00 is the fire hour. All right, we got to hit one on 9. All right, the fire hour. But listen. So with that being said, let's have some fun real quick, and then we're gonna dive into some serious shit or some debatable shit that we normally do. Is that all right with y'all? Y'all cool with that?
I'm good
Let's get
with
it. I think this is pretty ironic. Listen, I was tickled when I read this.
Tickled?
Yeah, I was tickled. Lizzo, the champion of the full-figured women and above, ironically, has been sued by some of her former dancers for guess what?
Fat shame.
Can't make this up.
Fat shaming.
How I run.
Lizzo was sued Tuesday by 3 former dancers who claimed she pressured one of them to engage with nude performers at a Amsterdam club and shamed another for weight gain before firing her. I always said, why you ain't got no fat niggas in your video, Lizzo? Why you ain't got no fat niggas in your video, Lizzo? You want us to love you? Why you don't love fat niggas?
Yo, that I ain't gonna lie.
Men can't have a preference.
And if we have a preference, what is that called?
That's we either fat shaming because we don't want to be with fat chicks. You know what I mean?
But when a woman has a preference or when a woman has a choice, it's called a preference.
We don't got no preferences. We can't have no preference.
Interesting.
We can't like what we like. We have to like.
Well, we can't like what we like out loud. We can like what we like. We just can't be vocal about it.
Like what we like. You know what I'm saying?
We can't say, okay, so a single man can't say, you know, I want a young, sexy, successful female that fits a certain archetype, because then, you know, you shaming and you excluding and
including a whole bunch of other
yeah.
Yeah.
But a woman can say, you know, I want a rich,
tall, dark, handsome,
man.
Rich.
Good job.
Yeah. That's a type.
And it's cool.
That's a type. That's a type. Matter of fact, I even take it even further. There's a very known woman says she don't even want to date a bus driver.
Bus driver could be the best thing to happen to her.
Funny thing is, she ain't married. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, baby love, your mentality is not working. It's terrible. Because I'm assuming.
I have no preferences though.
Right, she's got a preference, and she can preference herself right out of dating.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's like, none of y'all can fit my cool, no problem.
Because they know it's niggas out here.
See what the people talking about, Fresh. See what the people talking about, man. See what the people talking about. So, moving on. I thought that was extremely ironic. That's hilarious to me.
Don't nobody really want to be fat. I ain't saying ain't nothing wrong with it, but a lot of motherfuckers don't want to be like a beast. Like they don't want to be that big.
You don't want to be that big?
Nah, they can act and say I'm comfortable with my skin, which they may be. They may be. You know what I'm saying? You may be comfortable with your skin.
But if you had a choice.
But if you had a choice, you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I would like to ask my baby Ivan Goldsboro? Do you have a choice? And I would like to ask Squid, do you have a choice? Holla at us around here, Fire and Ice.
What's up, Ivan?
What up, cuzzo? Love you to death.
I'm in love.
My baby right there.
Round and round I go. Every time I seen her, I used to sing that shit.
My baby, man. So listen, I saw this. I was perusing the interweb and I saw this, and this made me laugh too. It's bad enough that Black Air Force Ones have a certain stigma with them, right? Right. So not only did two of the most fearsome boxers show up at a press conference with Black Air Force Ones, giving out Black Air Force One energy, but did you know that they are now making the Black Air Force One waterproof?
What?
I don't know. I don't know, bro. Nike has a special edition Black Air Force One waterproof. I don't know.
Well, yeah. What's the purpose? What's the purpose
I don't know, bro.
of just the Black
I
Air
just,
Force?
hey man, I just tell you what's out there, man. I don't know. You decipher how you want to decipher.
So I'm assuming this came from, because it seemed like the Black Air One took off with my man Lamar from BMF.
You stop the rain.
Black Air Force One's been a thing,
Yeah.
nigga.
Black Air Force One energy. Yeah, it's been a thing.
This is what I'm catching. The Black Air Force One energy didn't really get like that until Lamar stamped it.
Oh,
No. I disagree, bro. I disagree with that. Black Air Force One been a thing for a while. Yeah.
Even started.
Yeah. Black Air Force One energy been a thing.
That been a thing, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga got Black
I mean,
Air Force One energy here.
Watch that nigga.
You up? Watch that nigga. Cross the street.
Yeah, watch him. He got Black Air. He got Black Air One.
Now I always thought that about the yellow stained white Air One. I mean, you better watch that nigga. You know what I'm saying? When the sole all yellow and they got the creases in there, like watch him. He gonna steal. He gonna scheme. He gonna plot against you. Now he may not fuck you up or anything like
Where you
that.
hanging out at, man?
Same place with the Black Air Force One. Two different
Oh
people.
man.
Two different people. Two different people.
Yeah. Black Air Force One energy.
Gotta stick.
Black Air Force One energy always been a thing.
Air Force
Yeah.
One's going,
You up to no good, man.
Okay.
You a no good nigga.
You up to no good. That's associated. Now put it this way. I'm gonna say the Pooh Shiesty is in the class with the Black Air Force One.
Yeah.
The Pooh Shiesty, the Pooh Shiesty and the winter bubble coat. That's the suit. That's the suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they got Pooh Shiesty on. You better watch that. We have them shits on in the summer.
Right now. They got them all right now. On. Not even like on top of their head. They got them on. Like on right now. Oh shit. Ain't got no parentals?
Come out like
Ain't no
that.
parentals?
Ain't nobody let them come out like that.
Ain't got no parentals, bro?
My mom would have lost her fucking mind if I woke up in the middle of June, pair of jeans, a hoodie.
And a ski mask?
Nah, nigga, I put you up for something.
What's going on here?
My mom would have been, what the fuck's up? Who you hiding from or what you ready to do? It's only one of the two. You hide from somebody, you can do something.
Not hard to hide with that shit on, though. That's crazy.
Man, listen,
That's some wild shit. Moving on. I digress. We're moving on. All right, let's get serious. So, we haven't done this segment in a couple weeks, probably like a month, man. What you watching, what you listening to? A lot of shit come out, a lot of shit drop. Anybody watching it? I watched a lot of shit over the past like 2-3
You
weeks,
know
man.
what?
I've watched a plethora of movies, and
you catching up though.
I'm catching up. I've watched a plethora of shit though. Yeah.
I can honestly say, a couple nights ago, me and a couple family members sat down and actually watched Transformers: Rise of the Beast. And I like.
How was that? I did not check that
I
out.
like that shit.
You liked it?
That shit, yeah.
I like.
You know that's like in chronological order in terms of like that's like the first Transformers movie. So in chronological order, that's the one you would probably watch first. For those that don't know, there is a chronological order.
Night shit.
The Fallen Night, that's it's an order. You got that one, and then like the Fallen Night, that's like the next one. Yeah, I think that's like the next one with the Fallen, then Bumblebee, because Bumblebee was sent to Earth, that thing. And there's one in between, and then you got the other Transformers movie. So there is a chronological order, but in that, the hidden scene is the G.I. Joe connection, the Hasbro connection. So there's a connection there. So that was the bombshell in that movie.
Now I ain't gonna lie, we sitting there. Now I was great. Get up. They just sitting there regular. I'm like, oh, okay, they do this shit too. All right, cool. Let me sit here. Baby Love kind of know I'm a G.I. Joe guy, so she seen it. All right, cool. What's going on? So my man, well, he does what he do. Hey, man, you feel like you need a job, whatever. Give us a call, Slim.
Yeah.
Yo.
So check it. I did get to watch my flick, man.
I watched just watch. I don't know, my female friends be having me watching the ratchet shit.
I watch Love and Hip Hop. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm current with Love and Hip Hop. I'm current.
Yeah.
I'm current.
Bad
Now, I don't watch the Bad Girls East and West and all that shit. I don't watch that. I don't even know what that's on. I don't even know if I got that channel.
Yeah, that's on another. My nephew would turn me on.
I don't even know if I got that channel. Do I got that channel? I gotta check. Oh, they on apps. Okay, I gotta check. I don't even know. What's like the Zeus channel or something like that? Yeah, I don't even know if I got that.
What's that? Yeah, now that's TV.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that. Oh wow, okay. Oh shit, okay. I tell you what I did watch though. I did watch The Platform. I finally watched it. I watched The Platform. Damn right. If you want to watch a suspenseful joint, I watched a couple joints, man. The Platform. I watched Fractured. Did you see Fractured? No. Fractured with my man. What's my man name? Homie that played in the remake of Perseus, what was it? The Greek mythology movie, man. That was classic back in the day, man. With the nigga,
what, 300?
No, not 300, not 300. The other one, like almost like the same level, but the back in the day, John, like in the 80s. No, not Gladiator, not like the 80s shit. With my man with the nigga, Clash of the Titans. Sam Worthington. Sam Worthington played in it. Sam Worthington played in the New Age Clash of the Titans, the new one, the Wrath of the Titans, or something like that. He was in Fractured. This is a good shit. Some good suspenseful shit. I love this shit.
Shout out to Mike Knox. That's what he said.
Oh my guy, it's my guy, man. Watch Perfect Plex Radio. Perfect Plex Radio, man, the best comprehensive wrestling show out there for those that y'all that's into it. I'm a wrestling baby. Me and grandma used to sit up and watch wrestling, man. That's what we used to do. It's in my blood. I can't turn away. That's what I do. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. One of my outside of my best friends. This is my best friend. So it's my guy. Love him to death. But I watched Fractured. Hell of a movie, man. I'm rooting for the fuck. I don't even want to give it away. You probably watched. What about The Forgotten? Chinese joint, The Forgotten. You see that? Mark these down. These good ass flicks, man. You told me about that one, The Forgotten. You watched it, but because we was here and you told me about it, and I put it on my list. And I got my basement. I got my basement set up now. So what I do is I do Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Sundays. Yeah. The Forgotten is tough. Ooh. Another one that we need to talk about. This one was a good one. The Strays. The Strays was good. Did you fresh? Come on, man. Come on, bro.
I don't watch live TV.
This gave off Jordan Peele vibes. No, you see The Strays? Oh, you gotta watch that. This gave off Jordan Peele vibes. Oh, the John was. I don't want to give it away with these movies, but you gotta watch it, man. Watch it and check back. The Strays was tough.
Season 2 of Heels Break.
I watched the first one today. I was lost though. because I didn't know. Like it was almost like they did some time jump shit. I didn't know because last year Ace was wrestling, wasn't he? But this,
the brothers.
yeah, this episode.
Ace was that the oldest brother?
No, the Ace was the younger one.
Yeah, but he lost. He had lost. He lost to the brother, and you remember he was like, "Man, I ain't wrestling no more."
Okay, because I thought he wrestled all last season.
He wrestled a couple times.
Because they made it sound like, because because in this one, the Pop shot himself, right? I thought he killed himself last season.
They went back.
Oh, so it was a time. Okay, I thought it was crazy. It was a time jump. Oh, okay.
They must have went back.
Oh, yeah, they went back. Because I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, what the? Okay. Well, they dive into that. They dive into that. Yeah. Heels is on. Stars is on.
Gen V. The shit.
That's about to pop. That's about to hit. Yeah, Gen V about to hit. You don't even fuck with the boys, do you?
No, I used to love the boys.
Okay, well they got a spin off. They got a spin off. Yeah, they got a spin off coming out.
Yo,
Yeah.
Homelander. I'm a fucking Homelander.
School when all the superheroes at
Yeah, they got a spin off.
Homelander is my guy.
Yeah, they got a spin off.
Homelander is my guy.
Gary Popoff. A spin off. What's the name, Gary?
Nah, I watched the Keisha Cole movie.
I haven't seen that yet.
I watched the Keisha. She did her mom crazy.
Frankie?
Crazy. Yeah, she did her mom crazy. Yo, I think the movie was about her mom.
So what is that on? What is that on?
It was on Life.
Her mom's a pretty interesting motherfucker, though.
Either BET or Lifetime.
Okay. Her mom's an interesting. If you know, let us know which one it's on, just so we can make sure we got the right one.
It's good though, you know what I'm saying? So
But even her reality show from the beginning was interesting. Like that's an interesting family, man. Like her whole story is interesting.
He was
show how her mom and her sister they went behind her back and got the reality show. It show all that.
Yeah, her mom. That whole situation was pretty rough. And she got an interesting makeup as far as she's concerned.
Yeah. Jakia Hill, you tell us. Have you seen the Keisha Cole? How you feel about
Yeah, what channel is it on? Let us know just to make sure.
I'm gonna say it's Lifetime. I want to see it
Lifetime or BET Plus.
Okay.
BET
I watched the Trip. It's a Netflix movie about a couple going through some trouble, and they both plan a trip together out to the cabin, and shit goes left. It's funny. It's pretty good. I like this. Nice little flick. I liked it.
My man Mike Knox said Lifetime.
It's on Lifetime. Okay, Lifetime. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out probably tomorrow night. Oh, and what everybody's talking about, man. They cloned Tyrone.
You seen that?
I haven't seen it, but
You seen it yet?
Nah.
I saw it.
I seen it.
I saw it.
You like it? It was.
I liked it. Solid flick. It's a solid flick. It's solid. It's funny. I thought it was funny. Now you got a lot of people. You got a lot of people in terms of. I mean, you could interpret the movie a lot of different ways, man. There's a lot of people that take that movie and you could say it's literally a case study of our situation and what we go through in the hood that's going on right now, and like an overarching theme of the hood in itself as an experiment. The whole cloning thing, and because there's a segment of people that believe that, strongly that people have been taken and cloned, and you got the people that think Gucci Mane ain't really Gucci Mane, Kodak's not really Kodak, I don't know. I'm the type of person where I'm an information gatherer. I don't rule out anything. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily rule out anything. I don't believe everything, but I don't rule out everything because I've known that throughout mankind and the nature of man is unpredictable. And there's a certain segment of man that you could say is, I want to use the right word here. A certain segment of man is very ambitious in trying to obtain godlike abilities in terms of the human DNA, the human genome, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that's been discovered and experimented on that even we don't know, because we're not dumb enough to think that cloning and things of that nature is just relegated to animals, right? Absolutely not. That's not the case. So while I don't believe everything, I really don't put anything past everything. That movie is ripe with a lot of stereotypical tropes in there, warranted or not warranted. I think it definitely deserves a watch. It's an interesting watch. I think it's a very interesting watch. And I think, ironically, with the situation that happened with Jamie Foxx, the timeliness of it, it was kind of like uncanny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people will see Jamie Foxx, and if a hair is out of place, oh, he's been cloned. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I don't know. But the way that society's set up now, you know, we don't put anything past anybody. And I think to a certain degree it's warranted. It is warranted. Because the government, as history has shown us, is very, how can I say this, Fresh? The government and its subsidiaries is very cloaked,
Covert,
yeah, in their actions, and
anonymous,
kind of it's one of those things where I show you this hand, but it's like a sleight of hand thing.
Misdirection, even.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
SAT word.
Prestidigitation.
You know what's funny? Because you sort of kind of going off into where I like to be at. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe in nothing that that has been proven to not be true. I'm just not believing in certain stuff. But human clones is sort of kind of something along the lines, and the technologies and the mentality behind it is something, along the lines of, UFOs or UAPs and that type of thing. And you hit on where the government is very covert, crafty, misdirection led, those type of things, because there are a lot of things that have been proven and have not been disputed by the government that have happened. It's knowledge of it out there. Other people besides just the government know it, and they have not denied it.
Right.
They just not out here promoting it. It's a difference.
So they're gonna let us know what we need to know, bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And unless somebody blows the cover or the roof off. So.
A lot of things they like to say are on a need to know basis.
Right.
And sometimes even our top of the executive chain, which would be the president, is left out.
Right. That's crazy, right? Think about that. Yeah, think about that.
Left out.
It's levels. It's levels to this.
Many levels.
It's levels to this.
It's to speak on your point about people trying to ambitiously go at a godlike aura and circumstance around them. There are so many groups of people who go so far or have been so far in their research and application of that research and things, you have no idea of the things that you've been fed to be true or false. There have been things, and like with the cloning, there has been a person cloned. There has been a person cloned, or
well, according to the general public, there's a lot of people cloned. Right, as we said last week, there's a lot of people cloned.
Well, I'm not going to say a person has been cloned. I know that I want to say one of them. I want to say maybe China, Japan, one of the Koreas. I know they actually asked for permission to clone a person.
I know that in some sector, somewhere, in some,
like the World Health
You
Organization.
know, they probably
something
asked the
like that.
person, you know, this was probably somebody that gave them permission. And I think there is an artificial environment somewhere where there is a group of clones that are probably, you know, not, I wouldn't say necessarily being experimented on, but being monitored and just, you know, seeing how they move throughout a normal environment. I'm pretty sure it's a controlled environment, I'm sure.
What people fail to realize is
It wouldn't shock me.
there have been a lot of things cloned. Probably everything just about has been cloned that is living, except humans. That, you know, a lot of people think that's unethical. But a lot of people, like, if you could clone a human and I need a kidney, I can just go to my clone and get a kidney and live it another 30, 40 years. So that's where some benefit can be found in some of this cloning. But they have cloned sheep, cows,
It's years ago.
cats, years ago.
Years ago.
They
moved on.
We have forgotten that we eat clone food.
This is true.
We eat clone food.
This is true.
We eat cloned chicken.
We're gonna move on that note. We're not gonna talk bad about chickens. We're gonna talk bad about poultry.
You know what?
Moving on. Chicken's been good to me.
Yes.
I don't know about y'all, but chicken been good to me.
Good to black people. So, you know, I just know that we have had some what they call genetically
Modified. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without question. Without question. GMO.
No non-GMO.
Non-GMO.
We gotta get the
Non-GMO.
Non-GMO. That's if you want non-GMO.
If you want it.
My boy dropped the album last week.
I ain't heard it yet.
Boy dropped another album.
I've heard
His fifth in 3 years. He's on a crazy pace. He's averaging an album every 7 months. Yeah. Oh, he's a rapping nigga. So this particular project, as the resident Nas fan,
What up, baby? Day one.
as the resident Nas fan, my man's got over 17 projects, solo projects, not including compilation and things, you know, like things of that nature. It's funny, man, because I actually broke down an entire playlist of new age Nas and old Nas, and like I literally started. There's 7 albums between now and like 2011. No, 8 or 9 if I'm not mistaken. And I had like of my favorite out of those, I had like 40 some songs. This particular album, solid project, solid. I would say that it's probably out of the 5 that he's released in the past 3 years, it's probably the 4th best out of the 5.
You said the 4th best?
The 4th best out of the 5. I ranked them, I think KD 2, Magic, KD 3, this, and then KD 1. But this is the 4th best out of them all. Solid project, man. It's nothing bad about it. I loved it. You know what I mean? A lot of people is being critically acclaimed, but I take that with a grain of salt, because at this point in time in my age, like I don't really care what other people think about it. It's like that's my guy, and I really don't give a fuck at this point. So check it out. He's on a crazy run. I mean, to me, he's on a crazy run, man. At this point, to be putting out this sort of quality and quantity, man, is insane. It's insane.
Now, this is one thing. I've been here. I've seen with Nasir is it's a lot of people. Well, I've heard maybe I don't know 4, maybe 5 songs. I know 4, and I know with Nas, you know what I'm saying. I don't be looking for like, okay, was this good for today? I'm like, nah, I'm looking for a Nas joint. It might be for, you know, these times per se, you know, but the evolution of Nas. The songs I heard, they were solid. The one song I really was down, okay, yeah, I'm feeling that. The Motion song. I was really feeling that. Now, I'm like, all right, cool. That was the first one I heard. I said, let me keep going. You know, that song made me listen to a couple other songs. Heard the song with 50 Cent. Kind of Nas and 50 together. I wanted something more than that.
But who didn't deliver on that though? Do you think?
No, I don't necessarily think it wasn't a who didn't deliver. And that's the thing. It's like I think those two can rap on a song, but the song can still be. You feel what I'm saying?
I think the criticism was that 50's verse was way too short, and I think that's what the common criticism is. It's weird because of the last couple of albums. He's had a monster feature that was extremely too long in Eminem, and he's had a monster feature that was extremely too short in 50. So it's like, well, damn, okay, but I mean, it is what it is, man. It is.
Janine, writer on the check-in. Hey, baby.
What's up, sis?
So listen, let's move on. This is our 2 cents on what you watching, what you listening to.
Oh,
Let's
let me tell you this.
talk to me.
Listen,
What time is it? Oh, it's not shot o'clock.
yo,
yet.
I got a phone. Fresh. Carlos Brown. Huh?
Oh wow!
Okay.
For those that don't know, man, Fayetteville's finest, local legend, producer extraordinaire, passed away recently. Proceed.
Oh, so she told me they down there trying to steal my baby music and shit.
What?
So she's sending it to me.
Oh wow!
Oh shit.
Yeah, she said she seen, you know what I mean, unpacking his shit. She seen that he wrote me a dear letter, you know what I mean, and said that he wanted us to have his music and shit. You know what I mean?
Yo.
I have my mom phone number. You know, it wasn't cell phones back in the day, and all
Right.
that, so he still have my mom phone number.
That's really real.
Never-
To the crib, to the hard line.
Call me. Yo, but for them niggas down there, I know y'all probably not watching, but whatever. I just want to give up my chest. Yo, that's some weird shit. You know what I mean? It's still from a man that's dead. You know what I mean? It ain't much you can get off of it. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But the you know what I'm saying, right after the man died, wasn't a whole month yet.
Body ain't even cold yet.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all going to houses and taking computers, taking guitars and clothes.
Vultures.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
vultures.
And all this shit. And then,
Crows, man.
acting like y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all was the ones, you know what I'm saying? That's some fucked up shit. And just hope I don't come back to nothing.
So let's dovetail into. I saw something interesting, man, and
Hope I don't.
I've seen. There's a big topic right now is artificial intelligence, right? Is it good or is it bad? I've seen a good example of artificial intelligence, right? Because like you've said before, we've always had artificial intelligence. You know, from your corrective typing to a lot of other instances, we've always had artificial intelligence. But Beanie Siegel said that he is now recording using the artificial intelligence to record in his prior rap voice. For those that don't know, Beanie has gone through some things and his voice isn't the same. So he's using the artificial intelligence to his advantage to be able to give us the vintage Beanie, because he said the pen is there. He said, but the voice is damaged. Thoughts on that? Would you be okay? Was you okay with that? Or are you happy with that?
How would he use the AI?
Well, he would record it, and the AI would basically he would actually record it in his AI voice from the 2000s, prior to his issues with his voice. So this opens the door up to maybe, well, I don't know if the DOC can still do it, but like a situation like that would have benefited like the DOC.
It's funny you say.
Thoughts? Go ahead, bro. Thoughts.
Nah, he can still rap. I'm saying niggas, you know, they writers and all that, so I'm pretty sure they can still rap. But I'm saying it's cool because if you can still spit bars and it's your shit, you know what I'm saying, just coming through an AI with your voice, it's cool. But the thing is, like, it's cool, but Beans and DOC, y'all still not gonna make no money.
Well, relative to what?
Because you have to do shows. The AI ain't gonna do your voice at the shows.
Well, you can
That's a
you can
that's
lip
a-
sync. Can you lip
that's
sync?
a
Is that
great.
Y'all older, so y'all not gonna stream as much as y'all, you know what I'm saying, as the younger guys.
I'm not streaming at all.
Them older dudes do shows. So is the AI going rap your voice at a show?
That's not what I could be tweaked at the show.
can.
That
I
could be
think it
tweaked at
can.
the
You
show
can be
as
lip
well.
synced. I understand that, but that's what I'm just
You
saying.
like, oh, you gonna do that at the show as well to get your
Yeah,
money?
you know what I'm saying?
To get your money?
The DOC, that's the only way you're gonna get money. It's shows. Niggas, you really, you older than these in the rap game. You older than your voice than you're older than beans in the rap game. So you really need shows. So if it can help y'all with shows, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. Because that's what it's basically gonna have to be used for. Because niggas ain't gonna really
It can't be that
I'm gonna ask you
big.
this. I'm gonna ask you this now. I'm saying I think I know the answer. You would listen to a Bean song before you listen to a DOC song, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
DOC, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then if you come with new music, it have to be performed.
I think it's still a lane for Beans from the standpoint of his niche audience, right? Is it going to grow? Maybe not.
Now the thing is, with artists like the DOC and Beans, you might want to hear them with people. Hey, let me hear that Beans and
So now, so maybe,
Beans sequel Jadakiss.
so maybe now, so maybe,
I don't think Jadakiss a rap with an AI.
well, he doesn't need to. He wouldn't need to. I need to rap with AI.
But he knows. He's a
I mean, it's still me. It's still me, though. It's just an assist. It's more like a what's the shit that the T-Pain used? What's that?
auto-tune.
Yeah, it's like it's
Now that's sort of kind of where I don't fuck with AI. I don't fuck with
his whole shtick was auto
The
tune.
only
So
AI I fuck with is Allen Iverson. But in these cases right here, it's not like the AI is writing the rap and performing. Now. So that's why I'm like, in Bean's case, in DOC case, which I'm like, y'all could have been did that. You feel what I'm saying? You could have been did that. That's
technology wasn't available.
No, I ain't gonna say it would have been in your original voice. Now, this is what I'm saying with the DOC specifically. It is a very huge gap in what his voice is and what his voice was. It's a huge gap. Now, if he starts, from what I hear, he's already back rhyming. Now, I think he's rhyming in his regular voice, but in this context of what we saying, if he was to use the AI, it really couldn't work with him because he's gonna be scratchy underneath the lip sync. Or like, dog, I'm not coming to see you just lip sync. Rather, you know what I'm saying? I'm not coming to see you just say something, and his voice is so different. To me, Beans' voice is just weaker than it was. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for a lot.
He can't project as much. He can't project.
You know,
Yeah.
that goes for a lot of people. And I'm just saying, with that, I'm like, oh, I know his pen always been crazy. If he just rapping and it's still his voice is just stronger, to me, that is like a T-Pain and auto-tune. Matter of fact, that's a little bit less than T-Pain and auto-tune. T-Pain can sing, you know what I'm saying? But you don't sound like that when you sing. When auto-tune make you do that or sound like that, Beans sounds like that. He just
wants his regular voice or projection back.
I just think it because I don't know. I don't know how, because he's been on tours. He's been on tours now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like when they, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could lip sync. I know, you know what I mean? I guess Beans could lip sync. You know what I'm saying? But the DOC, it's gonna be basically all new material. You try to put out new material. Cause you
that's his intention. That's his intention.
You only got one album, and that shit was what, 89?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So you're gonna be doing them songs. You're gonna do them songs from Getting Up and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Or let's say it's part of a larger thing where you have a sort of
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, the thing is, what I'm saying is,
I'm gonna answer your question because you're saying he's not going to draw the audience by himself. But what if you're part of a NWA tour?
But what I'm saying,
and you have a set, right?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not saying
it could work in that capacity.
But what I'm saying is, are those guys comfortable working with an AI voice?
Would you be? What problem would you have with it?
I don't know, but a real artist might have a problem.
That's fair. That's fair, I guess. If Beans, in either one of those two guys, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But I mean, especially if Beans, because I'm like, I've heard you even rap. You sound the same, it's just weaker. This is just going to really just pump you up. The DOC's voice, that is a very huge gap in what he used to sound like.
But the thing is, he's just trying to sound regular. This thing isn't creating anything other than restoring his natural vocal tones. That's it. That's really all it's doing. It's restoring his natural vocal tone to the point because both of these dudes talk with a whisper. They can't project anymore.
Right. And that's the thing.
Their vocal cords are damaged.
Right. And like I said, I'm not opposed to it because it's just an enhancement of your voice. I just know it's going to sound a lot different than what DOC is doing. Beans is going to be able to still kind of rap with his song. You know what I'm saying? He can still do It's I'm the Truth every time I step in the booth. He can still do that underneath his song. If DOC, like bro had brought up, if they're going out to perform, or even just, whatever, but in the performance realm, if he's just not lip syncing, just straight like that, or if they have the whole technology of, okay, wherever you go, this microphone,
because Beans,
you feel what I'm saying?
Beans will give you 7 minutes of acapella. He still got enough voice for that. They dropped the music, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I seen a video of him rapping with his voice now. He wasn't.
Grab my Gatorades out the fridge, bro. When you come back, both of them.
They dropped the beat and he spit. You know what I mean? Such and such. It wasn't a long. You know what I mean? It wasn't a long joint.
Right.
Probably like 3 minutes. He gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? But that's when like, yo, I'm looking at it as the other artist aspect because they gonna need to. Niggas going, you know what I mean? If I want to hear Beans, I don't really want to hear Beans by itself. I want to hear Beans with Jay.
Or if it's a state prop joint type of thing.
You know what I mean? Somebody, the DOC, I can't say I really want to hear it.
I don't think nobody wants to hear him by himself, but I think as a collective to get.
But it's only us 40-year-old niggas that do he ran with NWA. We not really checking for music like that.
Moving on.
And then the niggas we fuck with.
So listen.
Like you check for the Nas, if Jay dropped something, I'm gonna check for Jay.
Right.
If a motherfucker, Jay dropped something,
I listen. I got.
Jay dropped something this on the year.
I listen. I listened to the Travis Scott new album. Now I didn't go out of my way.
I listened to though.
Okay. So speaking of new, you mentioned Jay. I got the chance this weekend. I don't know if anybody knows about it, man, but I got a chance to visit the Jay-Z exhibit in Brooklyn, New York. It's a marvelous thing here. I enjoyed myself, thoroughly enjoyed myself. It is at the Brooklyn Library, public library, man, in Brooklyn.
Book of Hove.
It is ultimately a
Turned water into wine for Hove and took a stove.
is ultimately a tribute to Jay by the city of Brooklyn and the Brooklyn Library, and the memorabilia in there is incredible, man, and especially for those that have watched him come up and watched him from the original, Hawaiian Sophie days and things of that nature. It's an interesting tour. When you go, don't be intimidated by the lines. Yes, they are around the corner and down the block. It is extremely long, but it moves extremely fast. Very, very, very. To give you an example, I dropped my peoples off, and they were at least 2 blocks away, New York blocks. And I went to park, and by the time I got back,
Big love.
by the time I got back, they were nearly at the front. So it's not like, it may look daunting, but it's not. It's actually, the line moves extremely fast. They're letting, 20 to 50 people in at a time. It moves.
So do you have a time limit when you get in?
No, not necessarily, but you just move through. It's a smooth process. You literally just move through and watch the exhibits, all of his awards and things of that nature. The artwork is incredible.
Now, is it a guided tour? Or
No, it's just literally there's exhibits all over the library. It's 2 floors. It's literally all over the place. It's got his Grammys, his awards, memorabilia, like the original Rockefeller jacket, the original Rockefeller chain. Yeah, all of that stuff, man. It's a nice exhibit, man. Shout out to Brooklyn for what they did with that, man. It's a hell of a, it's nice. The Rock was one of the original, like, tough, hard chains. It's only, if speaking of which, it's only a few chains. It's a few chains that stick out.
Hey, babe, don't get rock smacked.
The QB chain,
Rockefeller, Biggie Jesus piece, and 50 Cent
the
spinner.
50 cent spinner. What about the Death Row chain? No, yes, no.
Yeah, Death Row.
The Death Row chain. Okay.
Death Row is real. A Death Row chain, they had bounties.
Yeah, they just wasn't gaudy.
Yeah.
They just wasn't gaudy.
They was worth a lot.
They was like this with a little Death Row man on the chair.
Yeah, but if you happen to get one,
yeah.
That shit sparked a lot of issues, man. Like just getting one snatched and yada yada yada. But it's a hell of an exhibit, man. If you get the chance, it's only.
Fuck, you didn't even give niggas change. You cheap, nigga.
It's only
There wasn't no bad boy.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. Nah, it wasn't.
They only had the bad boy shit with the little boy.
It wasn't.
With the bad boy.
Nah, they were shirts in there.
one.
Nah, he had a change.
Was just him? Nah, Big was the Jesus piece. Yeah, Big made the Jesus piece famous. Yeah, Big made the Jesus. Well, he may not be the first one, but he made it popping.
Jesus piece.
He made it popping. Yeah, he made it popping.
He had the face where the nigga was on the cross. And the joints had the
He made it popping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Big made the Jesus piece popping. You had the QB chain.
It was the QB,
Yeah.
the Rockefeller, the Big, and then 50 came along
With the spinner, yeah.
Hey, yo,
that shit was terrible too, but it was iconic though. That shit was terrible, but it was iconic though. The spinner.
Shit it had to be a personal favorite because how long it was, and you know.
My shit banged down on my dick. It banged tables. Yeah.
You know
The super long chain. Yeah.
Personal favorite. It was dope though.
The super long chain.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Oh yeah. And it was around, but how long it was made it so dope.
Yeah.
I remember the good brother Marvelous, rest in peace.
And
That long chain.
and then Mike
Yeah.
Push.
Yeah, long chain. Long chain. Bang glass tape. The Don. Shout out to the Don.
I was in there.
The Don.
Niggas was rocking shit.
If you get a chance, man, check it out. It's available through mid-August, man. Limited time. It's free. Parking's not the greatest. You're gonna have to find parking. But
Go up there.
check it out, man. It's nice, man. You'll spend a good 3 to 4 hours in there going through the exhibits and looking at all the stuff, man. It was worth the trip. It was worth the trip. They actually took Sunday.
Oh, okay. The night after.
I went Sunday. So what they did was they actually took they took the actual baseline studios and moved it in there. It's incredible, man. It's they had, like I said, they have his awards there, things like lots of videos. Is he the greatest ever? Yeah, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. Not my favorite, but he's the greatest ever. Yeah.
Hold on.
I think he's the greatest ever.
Your favorite and the greatest, two different things.
Yeah.
So you think your favorite is the greatest, or are they two different things?
Oh, nah.
I look at the greatest as a totality of multiple things. It's the sum of everything. The sum of the greatest, everything.
Gotcha.
I think he's the most. I think he is the most impactful. Rock fans would beg to differ, but I think he's the most impactful. I think he's the most successful. I think his consistency is unrivaled. And I think he's most influential. Most influential. Yeah, most influential without, to me, honestly, the most influential without, put it this way. I think he said it the best, and it's in this museum, and I thought it was crazy. I did more for the Yankee hat, more than a player than the Yankee can. You know what I mean? And that's real, like for real. That's a real thing to me. You know what I mean? It's a real thing. Like he's B-boy and swag personified, man. Like, yeah, like to the fullest. The true entrepreneurial, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Hove, shout out to Brooklyn for doing that, man. It's a hell of an exhibit, man. If you get a chance, go check it out. Don't be intimidated by the line. Just get in the line. It moves real fast. Real fast.
I'm like, yo, all the niggas y'all like,
Shot a clock fresh.
they want to be next to Hove.
8:59. You just want to be a little early, huh?
I'm like, yo, I'm like, all the young niggas y'all like, they want to be next to Hove.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, because they be thinking, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, most of these new young niggas, they're rappers. They grew up studying rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some might say you swear. You know what I'm saying? And they're in the young nigga joint. But I'm like, yo, it's only a rare couple of niggas that don't know who Jay-Z is if you're a rapper.
Right. You right.
That's why they all signed to Rock Nation. They don't sign. Other niggas got management companies.
Mm-hmm. We going with the Rock.
I'm going with Jay-Z and the Rock Nation. And then I'll be trying to explain niggas like this. I'll be trying to tell niggas like this. Like, listen, I'm 45.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, we listened to, it was all Cali. It was really, we listened to, it was LA, NWA, Ice Cube. We rocking up. That taught us about, we ain't know about gangbanging, like in depth like that. You know what I'm saying? Over here. Until NWA, Ice Cube, Colors, Boys in the
Oh,
Hood.
Colors.
You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? That's when we would, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, in a kind of way, I'm like, yo. In the kind of way, that's what raised us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what raised us, the music. So I'm like, yo, when it got to the time when Jay and them started talking about hustling and all that, niggas didn't learn all that shit in the streets. They learned that shit from listening to niggas, listening to Nas and AZ and Jay-Z and Biggie talk about drug shit.
Right.
And now when we going out into the hood, we knowing a little bit and all that. That's what I'm telling, like, yo, dumb niggas y'all like now, they're OGs. Listen to Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Listen to niggas rapping that drug shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, his influence goes long. That's why I be trying to tell, like, man, niggas don't really fuck with Jay. Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just don't know you
Right.
fuck with him like that.
you fuck with his man that's next to the man.
You don't know he fuck with him like that.
You fuck with the man
You
next to
fuck
the
with
man.
the nigga who influenced the nigga who
You influenced the nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
You fuck with Jay-Z. You fuck with Jay-Z byproduct.
Hotel Town? Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's some real shit.
And that you
And niggas started implementing that nigga in their game plan.
and that you
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
My man put me up on the square, 1/4 of a share, headed to Delaware with one change of gear.
That shit changed
Like
niggas'
that type
lives.
of, you know,
That
that
type of vibe. That's what I said. That shit taught us how to hustle. Niggas we was out in the streets with, cause it taught them.
somewhat. Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna learn because you out there,
Right?
but the music influenced you.
Oh, yeah.
The music influenced you.
Well, if you want to speak on influence in music, where we from and where we particularly from, it's called Down Bottom. We was on some Queensbridge
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. The music is.
To take it even further,
Oh, time out.
I was not taking-
But I'm telling you how the music shaped niggas.
I'm saying we're gonna say the same thing.
Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong, Fresh? And I might be giving up the tapes or whatever. Niggas wasn't really knowing how to rob niggas until we heard how to rob niggas from Nori and Bob. No. Cause we wasn't really on that shit. We might jump it, we might catch a nigga sleeping, catching a joint, but we wasn't getting in the whip, riding out. Nah, we wasn't doing it like how we was doing it when we was repping Iraq.
No. When you say it like that, when you say it like that, I was gonna say, I think we're gonna say the same thing, because that's where I was going. I said, nah, we was so fucked up on the music and how they was doing it and how it was so parallel to what we was going through and doing. We was Iraq. We running around with our Iraqs on. This is Iraq down here. Down bottom is Iraq. Up top was Harlem.
Made us do it even more. Like, listen,
carjackings went up.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, random assaults went up. Everybody down bottom caught charges one way or another in like a span
It
of
was on bullshit.
yeah. I mean, on some real shit. On some,
Yeah,
yeah, I think
we was doing this shit, but when
we heard
started
that
doing
shit.
that shit,
Yeah,
and mob,
that was
crazy.
that was when I
Crazy.
that was when I went away to college.
It went.
That was when I went away to college in that era.
On Teller and Bennett in the alley.
For years, I've been buying my coke from the same cat. Yeah, Dominican.
Nigga who look black.
When I think back, transport coke to crack. Yo, amigo,
I got
amigo, amigo.
What? Little do he know we sticking him for.
All of us though. But the shit, Mobb Deep had us fucked all the way up though. Mobb Deep, temperatures rising. Dude, that was like the fourth minute.
not a whole Mobb Deep movement. It was a whole Mobb Deep movement, man. Like
Until
Nori, man.
One song kind of really wrapped us up. New York, get your bloody money. 30 cash, a lot of niggas to smoke weed.
But they was the extension. They was the extension of Mob. And then when CNN dropped, it was like, oh, this even worse.
Yeah, that's how it was. Like,
That's it. That's it. We was already on Nas. Then Mobb Deep comes through. Oh, they from Queens. Oh, they Shook was. So
That was the bridge movement.
But then when Nas and Mobb Deep in them stamp, Nori and them, and they come through
Because the Queens had like they was having niggas like Littles, Iman Thug. Everybody that came from the bridge got a shot. I think the kid. Everybody came from the bridge got a shot.
everywhere. North Carolina, Dover, Y'all in the hood right now. Man, it's the hood right now on everything I love. Manchester Square. Y'all been down there. When I was down there, I started calling it motherfucking Little Iraq. They still call it Iraq to this day. To this day.
To this day.
Frank the Hustler.
You sound like Deontay. To this day.
To this day. They still call it Iraq. And they don't even know why they call it Iraq. They don't even know why they call it Iraq. Coach.
But the influence though,
Yo.
Trace, to get back to the John.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To get back to the John, no.
You took me back, man. But you took
Check it
me
out.
back, doggy.
Check it out though, man. Shout out to Brooklyn. You did it with this one, man. This is it's pretty tough.
Water in the wine.
It's cool.
Stove.
It's cool as shit, man. And this coming from a Nas fan. This is some cool shit right here. This is some cool shit. So with that being said, man, I thought about it while I was in there. And listen, and it's funny because they chronicle that because they got a certain section of the business endeavors with the Armadale, the Ace of Spades, all of his, all of that. It's incredible, man. You got to see it. I really can't do it justice. I can't do it justice. So listen,
I have, but
Niggas ain't wore Reebok since.
yeah, the masses have it. I would say, yeah, the masses.
I will say this though.
Wore Reebok since.
Yeah, the masses have
While I was in there, I was thinking about something, and something really, caught my attention. Because when you walk through there, right, it's a lot of old like reels,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, and dats
I'm familiar. I'm very familiar with that
and discs that they show, right? It's everything.
What you
There.
mean,
It's literally
man?
everything. And I thought to myself, I was like, wow, this is crazy because this is like legacy. But there's a big movement going on right now, right?
What's this?
There's a lot of artists right now that are selling their catalogs.
I found out why though.
Talk to them.
Talk to us.
Most of these niggas, I've seen a lot of people interview. Most of them are like, I can make more music. If I get 100 something right now off this, 200 something right now off this, I could make more music. And then after 7 years, you can re-record it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Cameron clause.
You get all original, all music that you had before, you can re-record it and it would be original music because it's all re-recorded with original.
Cameron introduced that. Cameron let that cat out the bag a few years ago. Yeah.
T-Pain, I was watching T-Pain one night. He like, man, I don't care if a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Because he's like, yo, I could always make music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He said, I could always make that song over any way I want to. You know what I'm saying?
You be the one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Putting it bouncing.
Yeah, you just stuck with one version of the song. I can make the song any way I want to.
See, it's beneficial. It's
You know what I'm saying?
it's beneficial when you sell it. You know what I mean? To like, let's say like an advertising company that buys your catalog that specializes in, doing jingles for Jiffy or something like that. You know what I mean? They can make the quick, buck off of it. The small residual income is small pennies in regards to a big, let's say a $100 million payday. You know what I'm saying? You sell your catalog for $90 million. You know what I'm saying?
That's what happened to Taylor. That's what Taylor Swift just did.
And it's not just rappers.
She did. What's the name? Scooter Braun brought her catalog from the little because she was on a little record company when she was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Her first album. So Scooter Braun and Justin Bieber brought her catalog for like $300 million. She didn't get a chance. She couldn't get it by, so she tried to buy from them. They won $500. It was $500. She like, nah, you know what I mean? I guess, you know what I mean? But it was around the time of the 7-year period where she can re-record her whole first album.
Well, they revert back to you.
Right.
It reverts back. Depending on your contract, it reverts back to you anyway. Like on original deals, at least a lot of those original artists didn't know that those songs and those masters revert back to them unless you just had a terribly ridiculous contract. Cameron revealed that though in her interview. You know what I mean? But the caveat is that most artists really don't want to take the time to go back and re-record all of that material because that's a lot, especially if you got an extensive catalog. Like you don't want to go back and re-record it. You know what I mean? But if you dedicate it and you like, you know what? I want that. You can go back, you can go back and re-record all of that. Like you said.
Taylor Swift, a Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? A Jay-Z would go back and you know what I'm saying? Because they know the benefits and the end game of it. You know what I mean? A regular nigga who probably made, you know what I mean? He probably had a nice career and all that, but he wasn't that guy where if he re-recorded, they'd be clamoring for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They you know what I mean? If Jay-Z re-recorded Reasonable Doubt, they'd be clamoring.
Crushing.
Beyonce, if her and Destiny Child did some shit, they clamor.
That's another 10 years you'll see it. Another 10, like you said, in 10 years they'll do it because the demand to be there.
Yeah.
The demand to be there.
So you know what I mean?
But just like it's just like like you said, it's the money. The money is in torn. Like you look at a guy, and I follow him and I watch him on reality shows all the time. I'm a guy like Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition. He lives strictly off of touring and shows, and the audience is there.
He better.
New Edition get the bag. That's 3 decades of music.
And here's the crazy thing though. The
telephone man.
The breakdown in that group now that they all together. That's a serious, because not only do you get no, it's not even that. Not only do you get New Edition,
you get BBD, you get Johnny Gill, you get Ralph Tresvant, and you might get a pop-up Bob.
No, Mike, you getting that. Bobby ain't gonna move around a lot, but he's there. Bobby is that 6-man crew. That's their livelihood now. That's the bag. That's their bag. And they pack the house. They pack every house they go in. Now you sell that joint and you get that payoff because you're not gonna make that kind of money over. Now, mind you, like they said, dead men make more money than live. Now, if you're dead, your catalog is crazy.
Right.
But while you're alive, there's they're not gonna unless you hook up with a marketing company that is selling pieces of your work and making jingles out of it, and because we know you turn on the TV in an hour span, you've seen, let's say, I would say 60% of the commercials have a hip hop tone to them, for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part. So that's where your money. You're making money off of that if you're smart and you still own it and you're with the marketing company. But some guys aren't with a marketing company. And they say, you know what? Let me get that $100 million, man. I'm gonna ride off into the sunset.
Steve Stout. He jumped into the advertisement with his little company. He got the little freelance company that is basically like independent artists to send music into his little music shit, and he send it out to advertise. He do that like McDonald's and shit just for independent artists and shit. You know what I'm saying? I forget what.
Who was it that did the McDonald's jingle, man? Who did that? It was Pusha. Yeah, that's crazy.
Steve Stout.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The first time I kind of had got turned on to this or put on to this was with KRS-One.
Mm-hmm.
He had made Criminal Minded. Makes it, goes on, whatever. So whatever the circumstances was, it came up. He was like, all right, cool. I want my shit. Like, nah, it don't happen like that. But in his contract, like bro said, he had where, okay, well, I could just re-perform the songs in their mind. Now, I don't think people remember, or maybe you do. He
repurposed it.
He redid Criminal Minded all the way over. He tried to do it as authentic as it was in the 80s. He tried to do everything the same way. Of course, it sounded just a little bit different, but he made Criminal Minded totally over again. And that was 30 some odd years ago. So I can't really say it was the Cameron rule, but he definitely put
When I say Cameron rule, it's Cameron vocalized and exposed that's something that niggas need to look into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to your masters or owning your music, you feel what I'm saying? People always, I want to own my music. Man, you don't even know what the fuck that means. Know the rules. Pressure on fire. But I want to own my masters. All right, cool. There was a guy, a very, very, very respected MC. He told a very poignant story about owning your shit and why probably a major reason why a lot of these guys are selling their master or a lot of their catalog these days. His name is Lupe Fiasco. He said he was having a conversation with whoever his record company was at the time. He said, all right, cool, no problem. Whatever it is, I'm leaving. Thing is, I want my masters. All right, cool. No problem. So he comes back and he's like, yo, I want my masters. He said, the motherfucker actually said to me, motherfucker, what the fuck you gonna do with them? Walk around with them in a briefcase? And Lupe Fiasco, this smart ass dude, great dope ass rhymer, said, oh shit, what the fuck am I going to do with my masters if they give them to me that I'm demanding right here in your face? What will I do with my masters? So, it don't really pay to have your masters if you can't do shit with them.
Right. I agree with that.
So, I'm thinking a lot of people like, I'm not going to be walking around with my masters in a fucking briefcase like, yo, you need a jingle for your commercial? I ain't doing that shit. So,
well, put it this way. Let me before you go on, let me just interject. For somebody like him, fuck no, having your masters means nothing because nobody's breaking the door down to sample Lupe Fiasco records. Now, if you're 50 Cent, that's a different story though.
But
if you're somebody of a higher caliber, that's a different story.
That's the part that you said. And well, I ain't gonna say
I'm not saying his catalog is bupkis, but it takes a little more creativity and a little more connections to take advantage of his catalog than it would be,
That's fair to say. But what I have noticed in my lifetime, I said, damn, I have already seen 2 commercials with Lupe Fiasco songs backing them. If you are what you say you are, a superstar. Now, I'm pretty sure they ain't reach out to Lupe Fiasco if he had his motherfucking masters in a goddamn briefcase. They reached out to the people they know who owned it.
Right.
Hey, yo, Tommy Boy or whoever, can we license this or whatever? And they may or may not have chipped Lupe off. But the whole thing was he realized if I don't have an avenue to get this shit off, I just have my masters,
which is meaningless.
Meaningless.
It's like having $1 million in outer space.
I think the artist is just seeing how music turn over so fast.
Yes.
So if you to have your masters and put it back out, would a motherfucker even lift in or buy it? You know what I'm saying? So why not get it quick?
Well, there's like you said, and
but
to
you gotta be one of those guys.
Okay, boom, there we go. You gotta be like Jay can re-release Beyond Reasonable Doubt. Nas can re-release Illmatic.
You know what I mean? Like
He can't re-release Food and Liquor, and it just you gonna sell about we're gonna sell 10,000 more copies.
For my catalog, 20 million. Now I'm cool.
You do what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'd have made the most out of this that I'd have. the payoff is that I have this catalog and you want to buy it off me. So it's garnered me 70 or 50 million dollars or whatever you may have. Because that's life-changing money, though.
That's life-changing money.
That's life-changing money. Let's not sneeze at $50 million. That's big time money.
That's why I said I can see why a lot of them doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because music different. Music, it changed so much every day.
Especially if you're not in the current wave.
Yo.
You know, music got a 5-year turnover. If you want to say that, what do you want? You want to say 5 years? Is it 5? If that?
I don't even see that.
It's not even 5?
I think 2.
Ooh, jeez.
2. Because you got, unless you one of them guys, you can't take a layoff. You can't take a layoff or they gonna forget about you.
Yeah, it's a young man.
Drake could take a layoff. Future could take a layoff. Lil Baby
And to keep it 100, they don't even take layoffs. What they do is they get on features. They have the power to be able to get on to whoever the hottest person is and stay extremely relevant. So while they may not be putting out a project of their own, they're relevant through other people's music.
I want to give a shout out to my baby Jeno to his episode with Big 50 came out, dropped today.
Hello.
Check it out, Big 50 TV.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out, Jeno.
Hello, Jeno, man.
Going to the top.
So listen, before we get into some sports, which we have not done in weeks, and I want to make sure we get some sports in.
Yeah, that's been
But
it's been a little drama. It's been an accumulation.
Yeah, but
you know,
it's still there, man. It's still there. So we not doing that. We not doing that. Oh, we had some things happen. We had some things, man. We had some things. All right, let's jump into those things. Then first, give us some traveling music, man. Right? Let's get into that realm, man. You know, let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into it. Once again, the Book of Hove, art exhibit. Shout out to Hove. Hove did that. Dude's pretty good, man.
Fuck, Jesus turned water in the wine. Fuck it. Jesus turned water in the wine. But hope is the low. OG1. Easy. OG1. Nata. Really easy. Yeah. Easy. Yo, niggas ain't tired, right?
So listen, we had cut the music. Cut the music. So we had a pretty big event this weekend, as far as boxing goes. One of the more millennial, important matches of the last, I would say, of the new millennium. Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. Huge boxing match. It happened. It finally happened. We didn't have to wait in the vein of Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather.
I can't stay up that late. Nah, I couldn't stay up that late.
Yeah, he wasn't present.
I couldn't.
But listen, first shout out to Bud Crawford, man. Virtuoso performance. Virtuoso. Is that the illest nigga in Nebraska? That's the illest nigga in Nebraska, man. The illest nigga in Nebraska. Shout out to Bud Crawford, man. A virtuoso performance. In my opinion, putting him on that level of the greats.
They got a rematch.
Thoughts? Let's talk about it then. So you went there. You went there. Talk about it. Why?
Listen, first of all, I'm betting on Earl Spence. First of all, I bet on Earl Spence.
Sorry to hear that.
I had Earl Spence too. I had Earl Spence too.
You know what I mean? I both good fighters though. It's like I don't like Bud, but I like Earl.
You already put your money on one motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? But It was total domination. Once, like I said, when you was there with me in the fight, once because Earl was trying to walk him down, but once he couldn't walk him down, he ain't know what to do. Because that was his whole game plan, walking him down. But he was hitting it was so many counter punches. It was crazy. You know what I mean?
It's the year of the counter puncher.
Every fucking knockdown.
It's the year of the counter puncher.
Every knockdown was a counter punch.
Yeah, it's the year of the counter puncher.
You know what I'm saying? Every knockdown was him. It was a counter punch. He throw the punch and get hit and fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So you could tell he was totally unprepared for all that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this.
But they did have a rematch clause.
I'll say this.
So who? You know what I mean? They both probably asked for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would because if win, lose, or draw, regardless going in, I'm gonna ask for a rematch clause because that's just. I need that. If especially when you're on that level, when you're undefeated and you're at the top of the game. If I lose, I definitely want to run it back.
I would like to see the next fight because we all know. I'm saying no excuses, but we all know where Errol was coming off of. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's no excuses because he. You know what I'm saying? Y'all box. This is what you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? But now if the second fight go that way, you know what I'm saying? Then
Now I'll say this. I think the fight said more about Bud than it said about Errol. I think what I don't want to do is I don't want to speculate. I don't want to make any excuses for Errol Spence because I've watched enough boxing to know, at the end of the day, sometimes the other guy's just better. Sometimes the other guy's just better on any given night, The other guy is just better on any given night. And that night, I because what I don't want to do is I don't want to take away from Bud Crawford's performance. And because what he did that night was, reminiscent of what Tommy Hearns did to Roberto Duran. And at the end of the day, Roberto Duran was an accomplished, world-class, legendary fighter. But on that night, he could not beat Tommy Hearns. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. I'll say this. Bud Crawford did one thing in that fight that was great. He fought a southpaw in the southpaw stance, right, which neutralized his advantage. So now, and not only is Bud Crawford a great counterpuncher, but when you're counterpunching from the southpaw stance against the southpaw, you're taking and I fought all of the conventional thinking that I know about boxing and all of the tape and what I saw. I thought Errol Spence was the more powerful fighter from the standpoint of him landing would be more important than, because of course with you being a counterpuncher, a guy you're feeding off of a guy's activity, right? You're taking advantage of a guy's activity. I didn't think that Bud Crawford could withstand the activity, but Errol Spence was inaccurate in his activity. Man. His activity did not affect Bud Crawford. He didn't land. His strategy, Errol Spence is a body punching tactician that didn't land those punches in that fight. And it led to him being susceptible to a lot of counter punching. There's a lot of theories. About why his power wasn't effective. I don't want to go there because I don't want to take anything away from Bud Crawford. That performance was a legendary performance. He literally was a draw the first round and dominated the next 8 rounds. Unquestionably. No question about it. Bud Crawford dominated the next 8 rounds with several knockdowns. 4 knockdowns. You sure? Several knockdowns.
That classifies as several.
There's several. We can, you know.
I mean, since
thoughts.
My thoughts. Now I didn't see it on fight night, but I actually saw the whole 9 rounds or 8+ rounds. Yeah, 9
The
rounds.
CompuBox stats was like, I was like, God damn, I don't even need them.
Dog, when I walk a bit, well, to say I picked Bud. The one thing I want to say about all the I guess Errol Spence Nation, I swear when I heard everybody who was an Errol Spence supporter, they was like, he gonna bust his ass, this and that. And I was like, man, I don't know, man.
This wasn't no slouch though.
I know he wasn't a slouch. Now I was almost like 50-50. You feel what I'm saying? I was like, both these niggas, anything can happen with both these niggas because they that fucking good. That's what I said.
Yeah.
A lot of people who was on Spence side, they was like, man, he gonna bust his ass.
Said my thing was
I did. I thought he was gonna bust Bud ass. I thought it was gonna be the other way. I thought it would be. I
The
said
same
8.
thing happened, but Spence doing it.
I said 8 to 9 rounds. Yeah, I did. I said 8 to 9 rounds. Give me 8 to 9 rounds, and I'll be happy with whatever.
I didn't think no one was gonna knock nobody out.
I definitely thought that. I definitely didn't think that, but I was like,
And to be honest, like, I'll give this to Errol. Errol tough as a motherfucker, man. Because listen, he fucked Errol up. He fucked Errol up, man. Kept coming.
He should have lasted 9 rounds.
Errol kept coming. Errol kept coming.
That's what I'm saying.
like I said,
Like, yo, here, tough.
Bro,
That's it.
bro.
now some people out here are saying, hold on, man, after the knockdown and what had went on, it was like, we think Bud might have even carried the fight. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that
Nah.
this is tough as shit.
Errol pops up every time. He popped up like he just nigga, he was getting caught. He was getting caught.
Yeah, that's good.
Nah, but
Yeah, he was getting caught.
you could tell he wasn't prepared for the counter punch because that's all. Every time he got hit and failed, it
It was
was
flush.
a punch, and he run into a counter punch and hit the deck and pop up like from the
Like,
south.
God damn, like that nigga got me again.
From the southpaw, Terrence Crawford. Now, me myself, I might even have to bring that up and let the record reflect. I was like, man, if it was a thing that I thought that could turn the fight, I think Bud Crawford can go both ways and be effective. Guess what?
And he did.
Guess what happened?
He started the fight from the southpaw stance. Impressive. That's impressive.
I'm gonna give you something you ain't even trained for,
Oh, it was Captain.
or you ain't trained your whole kid for it. How you?
That was impressive. I was impressed.
I know you ain't trained your whole.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I was impressed. I was impressed with just the accuracy, man, and
Right, my Knox, man.
His-
years, Bud.
I mean, all right, I get it. You're a Bud fan. I get it, but to like, it was a masterful performance. It was a masterful performance. So
you got to choose.
So listen. So with that being said, would I like to see another rematch? If I'm Bud, and Bud showed that he had a tremendous amount of respect for Errol and vice versa. Because this could have been a very bad press conference afterwards, but the respect between the fighters, I respected that. Will there be a rematch? Errol said that, yeah, absolutely. You know, but it's not in his hands. It's not in his hands. Bud is the A side now. You know what I mean? This followed a trend of disappointing fights this year, to be honest with you. Because both the Tank fights was disappointing.
Disappointing, man.
Because I thought both of them were credible challengers, but they like the fights.
Turned out not to be.
Yeah, they turned out. Is that Tank greatness or is that them falling short? Okay.
Listen, somebody gonna step up in greatness. Yeah, we got
Okay. So let's call it that then. Okay.
gotta step up.
Somebody gotta win, somebody gotta lose.
Who's gonna fight Shakur Stevenson, man? Is there one person that said they're fighting?
Who?
Loma. Loma said he want that belt, and then he gonna fight. He said, listen, he said, homeboy got to get him my rematch, and then you next in line once I've win the belt.
I'll put it like this.
But nobody else said anything. You know, I'm a Loma fan. I'm big Lomachenko from day one. Matter of fact, from day -1. I'm big Loma. I'm a Lomachenko fan.
I'm telling you like this. I think that Lomo would probably fight the better fight per se.
I don't think nobody rushing to get in there with
But he ain't
Shakur.
knocking out
Beat that nigga up.
But he not knocking out Shakur Stevenson.
I don't think nobody knocking out
He
Shakur.
can't win. He can't win the fight.
I don't think nobody now. I don't even think nobody knocking out Shakur.
He cannot win the fight. He can't win the fight. He can't win.
Shakur can't buy a fight right now, though.
Nigga scared of him.
Yeah.
Moving up in weight, he gave his belt the way to move up.
Shakur can't buy a fight right
All
now.
3 belts at 125.
He can't buy a fight right
Then
now.
you go to 130, 135, fight Haney and Tank. Where y'all at?
Loma is the only person that said I'll fight you.
Now Tank keep getting into trouble, so his situation be
Nah, you know what Tank.
Now,
You know what it is
Haney
with Tank.
got about 3-4 belts.
He got the belts.
I would say if I was Haney, I'd be like, come on, youngster.
No,
I don't know how to play. But if I was Haney, oh,
You don't want that. He don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke.
To fuck them niggas up.
regardless if I get fucked up or not, I ain't running from you.
Listen. Listen.
All I said was if
Never mind.
what the fuck he want to do. I said if Devin Haney, I'm like, come on, fuck it, whatever.
They don't have that mentality though. They don't have that mentality though.
Whatever.
You only can lose you only can lose because you got all the belts. But Lil Cuz had all the belts at 125. He gave him a way to move up.
Like I
He's
said,
just waiting.
if it's Devin Haney with all the belts, would go, I don't care, come on. That'd be a nice belt to put on my wall.
It sound good. It sound good.
I'm not Devin Haney. Now, I'm not Devin Haney. I thought he was going to beat Lomachenko. He beat him. I thought it'd been a different
No, he
fight.
won. He won
Right.
because you're the champion. You won. You didn't get knocked out. You didn't get dominated.
Right.
From a boxing standpoint, Lomachenko won the fight. But unfortunately, you got to knock the champ out. You got to beat the champ convincingly, and he didn't do that.
I totally subscribe to that.
Oh, I do. I've
And
always
that's one
subscribed
of
to
the
that.
unique. I'm like, he might
I
have.
was saying, you got
You got to beat the champ.
Because
You got to beat the champ.
I am a believer in you got to beat the champ.
You got it.
But
If you leave it in the judge's hands, you're going to lose against the champ 9 times out of 10.
And that's what I say. I think that's kind of fucked up. Yo, man, sometimes, look, this is the fucking champ. Sometimes I can only beat him by 1 point. But you would give that 1 point to the champ because he's the champ. Because I ain't
But we know how boxing works, though. So,
that's fucked up.
yeah, we know how boxing
So
works.
That's what I say. I say
It's not MMA, bro. Boxing works that way because boxing is about the money. Boxing is about the money, and the money follows the champ. And if you've been the champ making money, they're not going to abandon that.
Which is the hypocrisy that is fresh. Like I said, I'm not Haney. Because guess who he is? The champ that holds all the fucking belts.
Right.
Is it? Yeah.
At his-
130.
yeah.
130.
If I was him, I would say, come on.
He's trying to fight at 135. He trying to fight Tank at 135. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody got it.
Shakur moving up from 125.
So
Shakur just want to fight.
Because ain't no money down there.
Yeah,
He just want to
He
fight.
won all the belts. He won all the belts.
I'm
Like,
out.
yo,
Yeah, I'm out.
they take these 3 belts
Yeah.
and I'm moving up.
He just want to fight.
I'm gonna fight Haney or Javon or Davis. Give me
And-
one of them two.
And neither one of them is looking his way because
Yeah,
they don't want,
got to then. Until he beat inbox Mike Knox. Check him out.
especially Tank. Now, to be honest with you, there's a plethora. I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan Davis and Rolly Romero fight.
Well,
I would love to see that fight.
Garcia.
Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero talk dirty about Ryan Garcia.
At this point, I feel like there is enough people in around the same.
You got the Charlo. Like it should be a lot of fights, man.
Charlo brothers at 145.
And they try to move up. That's what I'm saying.
They want to fight.
No, yeah, Bud.
Oh, yeah, but yeah,
The talk-
that might be the next fight, Bud.
Yeah, the talk is
one of the
if it's not Errol, then it's the Charlo. Yeah.
Well, this is one of the times if I was both the fighters, I'd be like, yeah, I want to run that back. Bud was
When
like,
the Charlo brothers great fight, who they great fight?
I think
Because he had to step in for his brother. He had to step in for his brother because his brother got sick, so he stepped in.
I forget.
He great fight somebody nice too. It's a nice fight.
Great fight about to do the smack. No, to do the smack.
Nah, he just Caleb playing smack.
It's a good fight.
Yeah, it is a good fight. Is it Canelo? No.
Canelo is fighting. No. Canelo's fighting in another month. He is fighting. Let me look. Hold on. I think it's Canelo. Hold on.
Canelo. Yeah, it's Canelo. Yeah.
He stepped in for his brother.
Canelo versus Charlo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those guys are a little bit bigger. But
Hold on. Canelo Alvarez will face Jamel Charlo instead of his twin brother Jamal. Yeah. September 30th.
54, right?
September 30th. Let's see. Let's take a look. Give me a second.
Mike,
I don't have my normal crack reach.
Come on, I got you. Come on in.
Okay, so it says now Alvarez will meet Jamel Charlo, the undisputed junior middleweight champion. Charlo, 33, has never competed above 154, while Alvarez has won a title at 175. However, Charlo will own a 4-inch height advantage and a 2.5-inch reach advantage. So I think it's at one. I think it might be 154. I think it's at
I
154.
don't think their weight really matters between them two.
It's a super fight.
What's the
Because I think they bigger dudes than Bud and them.
Are they way bigger? Yeah.
Bud and I'm fighting at 145.
That ain't 154.
No, 151. No, he said 145 or 150. I thought Errol said 150. 145. Okay. I thought Errol said 150. I thought he said 154.
They probably his catch weight. They probably stopped. They probably caught at 150. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
But hey, I want to see that Charlo Alvarez joint.
Yeah, I think it's a good year for boxing as far as the fights. I don't know if the results necessarily have panned out, but it's definitely been a big year for boxing. Big year for boxing. But listen, let's move into something very controversial going on right now, man. We got football in another what? How many more weeks? Football coming soon.
Well.
What's in the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah, that's like Thursday. Thursday.
It's coming. We back. Give us the music, Fresh. Give us the music. Give us the music.
The Jets and the Giants, right? I think it's the Jets and the Giants. Hall of Fame game. Preseason. We might not see Aaron Rodgers. We might not.
Oh man. Oh, that music. Ah, the music.
Let's go back into it already.
Woo. Let's take it in. Pause. I don't know why. Fresh, me and you talked about this briefly, man, on the ride. We talked about this. First, let me have my moment. Let me have my moment. By Daniel Snyder. I survived the Snyder era. Yeah. Yeah. Finally. The buzz around FedEx Field has been exemplary. It's been extraordinary, man. The training camp photos that I'm receiving from last year as opposed to this year, there was hundreds. This year, there's tens of thousands of people in attendance to training camp. Stark contrast to last year. There's a different buzz around the city. I was just there in Woodbine, Maryland, at a barbecue, and yeah, Woodbine is suburbs, very suburban area. Yeah, suburb. But that's all that they talked about at the barbecue, man, was, Daniel Snyder gone and the renewed faith in the stadium coming back, the team getting the buzz. I'm happy, man. I just want to throw that out there. Yeah.
Hey, yo, you know what?
Finally.
You know one thing that I like? Magic Johnson is a motherfucking winner, dog.
Oh, yeah. Magic.
Magic.
I can't. Yeah.
Shit. Talk about Magic. You already won.
Get Magic around, man. Get Magic around. I don't know what percentage. I don't know that yet. I don't know what percentage he owns, but Magic is clearly entrenched heavily as being one of the individuals in the centerpiece. Magic got a tall ass daughter too.
No, he don't.
Daughter slash son.
No, he photoshopped his son's daughter in the picture.
Oh wow.
Like, yo, she wasn't even there on the boat. She wasn't even there.
Oh.
Yeah, he
But-
photoshopped her in the picture.
I know that nigga like 6'6", though. I tell you, he's 6'.
Oh, they're like 6'9". What do you mean?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at that. But I, dog.
Yeah,
no-
Well, listen.
Cool.
I'm happy, man. Shout out to the city of DC. It's like a second home to me. You know what I mean?
I would say, Magic Johnson being down.
Magic Johnson is big time. Magic Johnson owns a part of the fucking the Dodgers. They've won a championship. Of course, he's synonymous. Nah, he never had AIDS.
No.
Well, if he did, he got cured. He had enough money for the cure. So
That's not HIV anymore. Or he got like a half a cell. They're like, that ain't enough to even make you call.
nah, Magic.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You can smash Raw with him. You can smash Raw with him. My HIV.
he just regular. He just regular.
No, you can't even pass it off. We're all smash
Like this. Nigga like this. Peep this.
He got that change aid.
Magic
change it.
Johnson was actually the trailblazer for HIV/AIDS. Because he was the one saying, nah, I got money. I'm going to throw money at the situation.
Yeah. I got money. I got the cure.
You know what? We got something for that.
He gonna put you as a figurehead. He was the fault. Listen, man.
Now,
That's a whole different conversation.
now, I swear to you, maybe not at night, but not even at night, you can actually see an HIV vaccine that you can take. You take it. Oh, man, that's like the flu, man. It's like the flu. You be out. Get HIV acted up a little bit. Man, take these motherfucking Wegovies, nigga.
The what?
This motherfucking purpose. One. I've seen it. You know what? He be tapping. It's the dude. I'm trying to tell you.
He's showing HIV.
What you mean, man? I'm trying to tell you, man. HIV ain't shit no more, man. I'll fuck you raw. No, I'm not saying it. But people with HIV, I'll fuck you raw. I'm just telling you, I got HIV, man. Take these motherfucking pills. You good.
So they got HIV parties on cap.
Oh,
They have what?
run that smooth back.
I read Corinne Stephens.
That's a real thing.
Listen, I read Corinne Stephens' book Superhead. She said
I didn't see it there, but I saw it somewhere
she
else
said
on the interweb.
She said he went the motherfucker took her to an HIV party where everybody in there had HIV and AIDS, and they were having a crapshoot. They all in there fucking having a crapshoot.
That makes a whole lot of motherfucking sense.
Motherfuckers be all in the party. Everybody in the party got HIV or AIDS. and motherfuckers is fucking niggas.
Okay, so moving on. We went way left with
That
that.
makes a lot of motherfucking sense. Because you might be a freak. If you're gonna be a freak with somebody, you must be a freak with somebody who got the head.
So listen, so check
House
it.
in Virginia.
House of Virginia.
House in Virginia.
All I do is say.
Oh shit.
House in Virginia, nigga.
All I do is
Hey,
say.
man. Hey, man.
Let's get serious for a moment.
After that shit.
Shout out to Magic, man.
Serious.
Shout out to Magic. No, let's get serious.
Nigga.
That nigga shit. AIDS. AIDS ain't been serious since like the 80s. Stop.
Yo.
Since the 90s. Yeah. Now you're not Corona. Oh,
Yeah. It was people doing
Just got AIDS, man.
this shit for HIV.
I privacy for that, man. Go ahead, somewhere.
No whole motherfucking nursing homes dying from HIV.
Bro.
Yo, motherfuckers like, yo, COVID was worse than AIDS.
Yes,
It was. It was.
Yeah, it was.
Nigga, AIDS ain't sent everybody all in the house for months.
No,
A year? What you talking about?
hell no.
What you talking about?
COVID. That's what I said. COVID, like,
You couldn't go to Home Depot?
no, man.
Couldn't go to Home. Niggas was spaced out on the bus.
Oh,
He was wearing masks.
He's spaced out. Wherever I go in any store, I got 6 feet.
COVID.
Wherever I go.
Hey,
But seriously, all right. So seriously,
You right.
all jokes.
that
Okay.
is serious.
Serious. It is, man. It is. But let's moving on. Listen. We got a limited amount of time, and I want to get to this, man, because this is real. This is real shit. No, it's not sex trafficking. It is about a sacred position in a sport that we love, right? The running back position, man. This is serious. It's almost racial, as Fresh would say. The running back position, man.
That's my favorite position on the field, the running back position. From Jim Brown to motherfucking Saquon Barkley. I love me a running back. I love it. I think it's fucked. I think it's unfortunate.
I was going to say
I
because
think it's unfortunate.
I mean,
The state of the running back these days, because it's almost, well, I ain't gonna say almost, it is a product of, you can shake running backs out of a tree. Do you know how many black dudes you know that you can give them a ball and they got wiggle in their hips? Come on, man, stop playing. You feel right? Exactly. You can give people who ain't even played running back in a couple years the ball. Oh man, just let me get in shape, and they can do a running back's job. I think it's totally fucked up that every NFL team has sided on, we not paying any of you running backs. It don't matter if you special or even great. We're not paying you because we can get somebody who do what you do. And I love me a Barry Sanders. My favorite might be Eric Dickerson. Bo Jackson. I got his book sitting right next on my nightstand next to my bed. Walter Payton Sweetness. Marshall Faulk, the field marshal. One of my favorites, A.D. Adrian Peterson. The list goes on and on and on. The NFL is a salary cap and a hard salary cap league. So the business part, I totally understand that. If we can save a buck because we can pluck running backs off of trees. We can pluck several off of trees. We don't even have to draft them.
Is it
And
10
they'll
o'clock
come
yet?
in and give us 700, 800 yards.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
It's
almost
terrible to think that somebody that's Saquon Barkley can't get the same money as a Christian McCaffrey. You feel what I'm saying? But even Christian McCaffrey is done getting those contracts anymore. And I don't know if y'all picking up what I'm putting down on. But if you notice, Christian McCaffrey is the highest paid. I want to say either the highest or I want to say the high guard. Let me say the highest paid running back out there. He's had his injury problems as well. But he'll probably be the last big running back contract. Or no, Derrick Henry, he got one after him. But his is about to run out after McCaffrey. It's terrible, the business of the running back. But I totally fucking understand it. Fuck.
Alarmingly, out of the last 5 Super Bowl champions, none have had a 1,000-yard rusher.
Don't need him.
In my observation, a short observation, and we're going to close on that. The running back position has gone the way of the center position almost. The game has changed and gone away from that particular position. That position is not necessarily running back, but more of an ancillary pass catcher.
It's disposable. Like I said, it's my favorite position on the field, but it's disposable because you can find so many people whose level that the basement of a running back is higher than just about every other position aside from the quarterback. You're like, oh, I can find me somebody who's not going to be terrible at running back. You know what I'm saying? I might can't find me somebody who's not going to be terrible at cornerback, safety, outside linebacker. I can find me 1,000-yard rushers.
I mean, I don't think they're concerned with 1,000-yard rushers. I think they're concerned with the 1,000 yards by committee in terms of production.
What I'm saying is I can find me 1,000-yard rusher out of college who didn't even get drafted.
Right. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a dime a
Who
dozen.
didn't even get drafted.
You can get a nigga out of McNeese State that ran for 1,500 last year and plug him in.
To be special.
Yeah.
At least you are requisite. I know you come in being nothing other than requisite. You can find, like I said, you can find running backs
It's 10
anywhere.
o'clock, bro. It's 10 o'clock.
There you go.
Oh. Last one of the night.
Last one in the night. Last one in the
It's
night.
10 o'clock. Your thoughts on the running back position, bro?
Fresh said, man, it's a dime a dozen.
Dime a dozen.
Find a running back on the street.
Get a nigga from Howard.
Man, most running backs that start in the NFL are not drafted.
Or late round draft picks.
Yeah, you know.
Very late round
So,
draft. And they're cost efficient.
yeah, it's a dime a dozen.
Extremely cost efficient. It's just gone away from that position.
Just to be sure, I was like, I know this brother was so nice. If you give him the time he needs to get in shape, get you 500 yards right now. See done.
But yeah, little cuz will get you 500.
You let him get into shape. He'll get you 500 right now. You give him the requisite.
Little cuz will get you 500. Easy.
Easy. That nigga might be 40.
He might get you Saquon Barkley numbers
What
on
you
that
mean?
passing
I'm
game.
talking about right now. Just let me get into shape.
Right. Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
You know how many niggas it is like that in America?
Do you think it's going to change and go back in any way, shape, or form, or do you think so?
Yes, I do.
Do you think it's going to go back? You think it's going to go back, and why?
Yes. Oh, okay.
No.
Why? No, I don't think it's gonna go back because the league is evolution. It's going straight to passing. You know what I'm saying? It's going straight to passing. If you're a running back, you can't catch. You know what I'm saying? And spread out. You're not going. It ain't gonna be no need for you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no need.
What you think?
Now, I disagree with what he's saying, but
Take a shot.
I agree with
You bang out?
a shot. Oh, I ain't going to.
No, bang out. Cool.
When it comes to the running back position, Well, excuse me, not the quarterback position. I'm feeling like there are 32 NFL teams, but there are not 32 NFL caliber enough quarterbacks that can take advantage of the passing or throwing aspect part of the football. So actually, a Jalen Hurts, his running and decision making is going to be actually taken a little bit more into depth these days, because with all these changes and all these things done to quarterbacks to throw the ball, there are more quarterbacks that can throw the ball a little bit and run a little bit than there are quarterbacks that can throw real good and can't run at all. So regardless of the rules that was made, and the defenses, they're like, it ain't a whole bunch of shutdown corners, if any. But there are damn good defenses out there like, nigga, we're gonna give you what we give you. Or you just gonna be a special motherfucker.
You basically got world-class athletes that are on the line and at the linebacker position, and then you got like hybrid corners and safeties playing linebackers. So
the shutdown corner, we need you. We kind of, if we get our way, we're gonna dictate you to here or there. You're gonna get 2 yards, 1 yard.
Let me put a pin in that.
Okay.
Do you believe there are shutdown corners, or just it's not an in vogue position?
You
don't believe in a shutdown corner. You don't think there are any at all? Okay.
I have been rarely against.
Okay, I just want that on record because football season is coming. I just want that on record. Okay, cool. Proceed.
The last one a lot of people say is Jalen Ramsey. I was like, he wasn't a shutdown corner. He may have been the best individual corner that was out there, but a shutdown corner is, that guy.
Do you agree with that or no? You agree with that or disagree? That Jalen Ramsey at no point was a shutdown corner.
Yeah.
You agree?
Well, maybe early.
I don't think he was a shutdown.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Good, damn good corner, but defenses aren't played that way anymore. They like, nah. We got strong people here, weak people there.
Shutdown corner. I can see closest shutdown corner was Revis.
Okay.
That's the last.
Revis was damn good, man.
Revis
was damn. Revis shut down, in my opinion, probably the second best receiver of all time.
I might not intercept it, but
He's not. Yeah.
Revis shut down.
That's a done play. Move on.
Revis shut down the most explosive wide receiver in NFL history, in my opinion. Yeah.
Now hold on. Now.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Where you going with that? Where you going with that?
I mean, I think Randy Moss was the most explosive wide receiver in NFL history. And Revis held him to very modest numbers. Yeah. That's my opinion. You don't like it? Fuck you.
I ain't saying I don't like it, but I disagree.
Okay.
I want to ask you something, good brother. And you know what? I almost want to dig in the archives and go get the hype. There was somebody said, "Oh man, it's Revis or Prime." I said, "What the fuck you mean? It's Prime. Prime is it's Prime and everybody else." I said, "Hold on. Prime ain't never got his motherfucking hamstring popped, chasing down a motherfucker with two other motherfuckers, with a motherfucker catching the ball, one hand in the end zone on your own turf."
Right.
And I think you referring to the guy who said, "Oh, he shut down one of the most explosive." Randy Moss popped that man hamstring.
He did. He did.
I don't think he shut him down.
You're talking about a different game than I'm talking about. Because
period. because there's also another play where he's running past Darrell Revis and two other random New York.
There's also a game where Randy Moss had 4 catches for 31 yards against Darrell Revis.
Who won the game?
You're changing the narrative.
Because that's why I said that's where
see, this is what I'm talking.
That's where
are we talking? We're not talking about the same thing.
You're right.
You immediately said who won. You immediately try to top what I said.
Because that's what I say.
That's a different conversation.
You're right.
Different conversation.
But that's what I'm saying. That was what
my point is. Here's my point. I haven't seen anybody shut Randy Moss down besides Darrell Revis. Randy Moss, in my opinion, had his way with everybody.
Here's the thing I always said about Randy Moss. I was like, he was a person, if he wanted to play, nobody could stop him. But there may have been some plays, and he admitted to it himself.
He proved that theory that he was
Right, you know what I'm
the
saying,
most
but-
explosive receiver
But
when he
if
got
I
with Tom
come up and
Brady.
say I'm playing this player this whole game or this whole quarter, I would say yeah.
People fail to
He
realize.
was probably the one guy said, nah.
People-
And he said it. I took plays.
People fail to realize that most times during his initial seasons with the Vikings, he was the slot receiver, and then he moved out to the X receiver when they realized, all right, we got to put this guy out on the end.
Was that the greatest receiving core ever?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it's the greatest, but it's top 5. It's top 5.
We might have to dig into that. I'm just saying.
That's a different discussion.
Sheesh.
That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion.
Crazy.
Because it's throughout history there are you have his boys, one of the greatest receiving core. Well, Mark Clayton
I wait for you to miss Cooper
and Hoover and Clayton.
which I hold it.
There's some you got the greatest show on turf. You got the three amigos.
Yeah, Bruce, Isaac Bruce and
That's the greatest show on turf. That's the greatest show on turf.
Denver.
That's Denver with Vance Johnson, Ricky
and somebody Jackson. I think about Jackson.
You got my boys with Art Monk, Gary Clark, and Ricky Sanders, the fun bunch.
They are.
Oh, that's some hella fire receiving groups. That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion.
That is a different discussion.
That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion.
Where we at? Get in the car. Get in the car on.
It's time to go, man. It's that
Time
time.
to go.
It's time to go, man. It's time to go. We appreciate you, everybody, rocking with us. It's another Tuesday night. We're hell bent on bringing the best premium quality discussion, debate, and rousing intellectual conversation to y'all. We appreciate y'all input. We appreciate y'all's thoughts, your comments, positive, negative, whatever, man. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Yes.
Closing thoughts, bro. I think you just said it. You drunk as shit. Yeah, I am hungry. I am on. I had a salad today and an apple.
I'm trying to bring Mac Knox in the whole time.
Oh, we get bro on. No. We get bro on.
You know, I said
He want nah. He wanted it. You know what? Okay, this is a personal vendetta. I'm glad you didn't bring him on because he wanted to talk about Bud Crawford, but he did.
Yes.
But he slandered. He wanted to overdo it with Bud Crawford. He didn't want to be objective. He wanted to overdo it with Bud Crawford. Well, what he did was he enraged me a week ago when he dragged my boy on his show, and he know what I'm talking about, and I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm talking about, bro. You trash my boy, and when I see you, it's noogies for you.
That's gonna be
You drag. You drag the stinger, and you know what I'm talking about.
But
I love my guy though.
But I definitely know he was like, let me in. I'm like,
He wanted to go in. He was going to be ridiculous with Bud Crawford, man.
You know what?
Now he does. He's on it. He does a lot of yelling like you. His volume is insane. Yeah, we gotta get him a different mic.
I say that because me and this good brother, we it seems like
he's belligerent.
We pull our motivation from the same part of our bodies. I was like, I feel a kinship with this good brother, so I was like, come on.
Our mic's not ready for that nigga yet.
And we both.
We got you though, bro. Real shit. We got you. We got you.
He's been
Absolutely.
He's been on the football.
We got you, bro. We got you.
Coming soon. Oh man, we got the world's greatest sports prognosticator coming soon. Oh, the music festival. Coming soon.
So listen, with that being said, man, we appreciate y'all rocking out with us, man. Once again, shout out to bro, B-Matt, jamming in Bucharest.
Doing his best.
Iceman, Fresh Fire, man. We out. Love y'all. Peace. Another Tuesday night. We love y'all. Take us out, Fresh.
Fire Nice podcast, man. And there's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woods of Delaware.
Where was you from?
Now,
from the
who's
east
fighting
side.
right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right
side.
now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy Greenhat, man. Fire Nights Podcast.
Let me see him. Let me see him.